Ever get that sinking feeling, when you realize the outsourced customer service team you're relying on, well, they're just not cutting it.
Yeah, I think we've all been there.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into why this experience is so common and what you can do about it.
Already.
We're looking at this piece that's really interesting, and it breaks down the big frustrations businesses have with outsourced customer service into three main pain points.
Okay.
The first one, and this is a biggie, lack of communication and transparency.
Right.
And it goes beyond just, waiting forever for an email reply. We're talking about things like not having a clear picture of how things are performing or suddenly having changes thrown at you that impact your service, basically feeling left in the dark.
Yeah, and that lack of communication can really damage that foundation of trust you need with an outsourced provider.
Exactly, because you're trusting them with the vital part of your business.
It's crucial. If you can't communicate openly and honestly, it's tough to address problems before they become, well, bigger problems.
And that can be costly.
Absolutely.
Speaking of things that can be costly, the next pain point is unclear or unrealistic expectations. This is a big one, and it can seriously hurt your brand.
Yeah, how so?
Well, imagine, right? You've got this outsourced team, and they're interacting with your customers using slang or a tone that totally clashes with your brand voice.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's not a good look.
Not at all. It creates a disconnect for the customer and makes your brand seem inconsistent.
And it all boils down to the provider really understanding your company's identity, your values, how you communicate.
Yeah, are they reflecting you accurately?
Right. And if they don't get that right, those customer interactions can do more harm than good.
They almost become a liability.
Yeah, for sure.
The article we're looking at, it's pretty direct. It says sometimes you just got to switch providers.
And that might seem drastic,
yeah, like a lot of hassle.
but it's really a matter of weighing the short-term hassle of a switch against the potentially huge long-term damage.
You're right.
A mismatched customer service provider can drive customers away and really tarnish your reputation. Sometimes starting fresh is the best move.
Now, on to a pain point I think we've all experienced at some point.
Right.
Billing discrepancies and those hidden fees.
Oh, tell me about it.
I mean, those low hourly rates they advertise. Tempting, right? But this article warns about those unexpected charges lurking in the shadows. Things like training or technology fees.
It's like they always get you.
Yeah, you really do.
You need to look beyond that initial number. Don't get dazzled by a low hourly rate if you don't fully get all the costs involved.
Right.
Really take the time to understand the contract, ask about any potential extra fees. That upfront transparency can save you so many headaches.
It's all about being proactive. So, to wrap this up, the article urges anyone listening, if these frustrations hit home, take a hard look at your outsourced customer service.
Yeah, don't just accept it.
But here's a thought. If you were choosing a provider today, what would you absolutely insist on to avoid these issues? What would your non-negotiables be?
That's a great question.
What would those deal breakers be when it comes to communication, setting expectations, and of course, transparent pricing?
Things to think about.